Hello, everyone. My name is Jeremy, and today is my second day back at work after taking 21 days off. I took 21 days off of vacation so that I could fill my capacity. June is my birth month, and I had a lot of things going on. So I decided to use this month as a month of celebration, restoral, and ensuring that I am where I need to be, mind, body, and soul, to be ready for the transition that I feel is about to happen. Let's get started. Before we get into the 21 days that I took off and what that means for me, I wanted to highlight what I feel my purpose in life is, which is to help people operate at their highest potential through self-awareness. And to me, what that simply means is helping people recognize that they are not their thoughts, their emotions, their trauma, their physical body, or the things that have happened to them. They are the awareness that all of that is happening. When you view life from that third point of view or that third party perspective, there is a space that you create between what's happening real time and how you respond. And it's advantageous to think clearly in that space between what's happening real time and how you respond, because every decision that we make has a ripple effect beyond what we can think or comprehend that in turn comes back to us, right? If you're familiar with The Secret or the law of attraction, then you are aware of what I'm talking about. Simply what you put out is what you get, right? And so helping people operate at their highest potential through self-awareness, I'm doing that through books, as you can see behind me, through coaching as that comes along, those opportunities come along, and speaking engagements when those opportunities come along. And this is a part of the speaking platform. So taking 21 days off was important to me because, one, I'm tired, or I was tired, I should say. Over the past 5 years, I've been working really hard with going to graduate school, writing books, as you can see, doing YouTube videos, working on myself, more importantly, or most importantly, establishing boundaries needed, working with people to help them be their best, working full time, and so much more. And not having spent an enormous amount of time focusing on my mind, body, and soul as far as resting, that's taken a toll on me. So I'm thankful that I have benefits at work that allowed me to take off that amount of time. Having been with an employer for 10 plus years, I would think that, those opportunities would be there if the company can afford to do it. What have I learned in taking off those 21 days? Visualize what you want and not what you don't want, right? And not that I learned it, but that's probably what I focused on. But what I did learn was the importance of silence and reflection, and going inward without the distractions of work, a phone, technology, and people, if you can find a way to do that. What that looked like for me was one, going to a lake house, and I spent some time with my mom there, and we literally didn't turn on the TV for the bulk of the time that we were there, unless we were watching something together that was meaningful and had an intent behind it. Waking up next to the water and quietness where no one knew me or I didn't have to focus on work or school or write anything, or really pay attention much to my phone was amazing. So I spent I think about almost a week there. And then after that, I went to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, which was amazing. Literally not thinking. I'm glad that I did an all-inclusive because I literally shut down. I sat on the beach the whole time, which was fun, and it was necessary. And the last few days of that time, or my time off, was spent with my mom, just really focusing on ensuring that she's good, but ensuring that we're good as a mother-son duo. That's critically important for me because she is pretty much all that I have in terms of my immediate family. We've been together. I'm her only child. So ensuring that both of us are ready for what's to come, which I'll go into a little bit later, is so important. So what should you take from that? Take time off if you have the ability to do so, or at least dedicate time to spend time with yourself. And that means putting down your phone, not thinking about work, not thinking about school, pulling yourself into the present moment by grounding exercises. What do you hear? What do you see? What do you taste? What do you smell? What do you feel, right? And using those grounding exercises to disrupt your thoughts or your emotions, so that way you can get really clear. The more consistent you are with doing that, the quieter it gets. And when you have a habit of going inward, to just sit there in silence, and sometimes even with your thoughts or with questions that you have about life, that can do wonders for you, to the point where my body started to respond in a positive way. So visualizing what you want, transition to that. Every day while I was off, for the most part, I visualized specifically what I wanted in life. Whether it was self-love, what that looked like for me, or having a family, or what does success look like in terms of my books or being an author. What would it look like to transform those books into a movie franchise? What would it look like to spend time with the love of my life? What would it look like to be able to pass down generational wealth to my kids and my godchildren and the generations behind me? What does life look like traveling joyfully and freely and safely around the world? What does visiting different countries and learning different customs and different languages look like? Visualizing specifically what I want and ensuring that I tied an emotion to it, so that way as I move throughout life, as life happens, that space that I talked about acts as a boundary. And if I don't feel that peace or that emotion that I invoked during the visualizing in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night, then it's an opportunity for me to look inward and see what's going on and make the best decision that I possibly can with what I have. So I encourage everybody to visualize what they want, and not necessarily for material gain, but to live a life that you deserve. If you want a life that is full of love, of peace, of joy, of happiness, of fulfillment, then what does that look like? What does it look like when you wake up in the morning? What does it look like when you get out of bed? What does your house look like? What does your car look like? What does the relationships around you look like? What does your kitchen look like? Visualize in specifics and invoke the feeling in general. That emotion helps you because it's like an address to the energy that we send off. Remember, I said our thoughts, our emotions have ripple effects beyond what we can see, going back to The Secret and the law of attraction. The thing that I think people miss about manifestation is it involves you doing work as well, and not necessarily just sitting down, closing your eyes, and visualizing what you want. No, when the opportunity presents itself, you have to dive head first, do what's necessary, including inner work, to be ready for what you're asking for. If you know that you want to be an entrepreneur, well, you got to do your part. You can't just expect for it to show up one day. It doesn't work that way. So I hope that this helps you. And I would be remiss if I didn't plug my second book, Love and Meditation, The Keys to Manifestation, which I don't think you can see. So I'll show you the copy of it right here. Love and Meditation, The Keys to Manifestation was written at a time where I needed to define love in all of its many phases. More importantly, love of self. and using that love as a means to go inward and do the necessary work so I can rid myself of the things that were occupying the necessary space for me to bring the things in my life, such as circumstances and people, to help mold and shape me for exactly what I wanted in life. And meditation was used as a form of getting to a secret place or a quiet place within myself that I could visualize specifically what I want and align myself with the source that creates everything, or in my opinion, creates the existence, the human experience, and bring about those, again, circumstances and people that will help mold and shape me for exactly what I want. I would encourage people to manifest a life of purpose, which I feel purpose is the at the intersection of the lessons that you learn in life, your gifts and talents, and how you can be of service to people. But, you know, it's up to you. If you want to manifest a life of materialistic things, then it's your life. You do what you want to do. But as for me, I definitely want to manifest a life of peace and purpose. I feel like this is a transition period for me, which, you know, involves taking the lessons that I've learned over the past couple of years, and from a place of peace and clarity and love of self, doing what's necessary to continuously honor my purpose and be truly tested by opportunities that I will either jump headfirst into or decide not to. It's all about doing it from a place of peace again, because that clarity is necessary to ensure that the emotions, the feelings, the vibrations that you send out are pure and in alignment with what you desire or what you want to visualize or what you want to manifest. I hope that you take away from this video that it's critically important to spend time with self, and get to a place where you can hear, think, and make decisions clearly, and that as you're doing that, visualize specifically what you want, and invoke the emotion that goes along with it. And every time that an opportunity presents itself, dive headfirst into that opportunity with what you visualize in mind, and ensuring that that emotion that you invoke is what's guiding you. Make sure that you are doing it from a place of peace, having done the work necessary to mold and shape you, and know that it is a journey and that it doesn't happen overnight. I hope to look back on this video and say that I was doing the things that I should be doing, and I hope that I do watch this video from a place of gratitude, which is always helpful when manifesting, and hope to watch it with my significant other in the home that I decide or visualize, I should say, having gotten to a point in my life where all the way around, not only am I happy on the inside, which I am, and at peace on the inside, but it continuously reflects in my life and in my behaviors to the point where it encourages other people to do the same thing. I hope that this video helps you. Have a great day.